Let me start off by saying thank you for Everest. Fantastic film.
Thank you.
I love your work, and I love ADRIFT.
Thank you so much.
Such an emotional story. What drew you to this project?
Well, when I read it for the first time, I was kind of really taken by the character of Tammy, you know, and that this young woman had endured this and gotten through it. Spoiler, you know. And then I started thinking about, well, what other movies have had women facing the nature and surviving it? It's like, I couldn't find anyone. And I was like, really? Is that film history? We don't have any women against nature. We only have men and wolves and snow and you know, and all that. So I was like, that's interesting, okay? And then I really liked the fact that it has two sides to it. It had the levity of romance and fun, and then it has the other side, which is, you know, all relationships have two sides to them. They have the best of times and they have the most, you know, difficult of times. I've been married for 20 years. I can tell you all about it, you know?
You know, I brought up Everest and now ADRIFT, both based on true events. What are the challenges as a director to tell a true story?
Well, the challenge is that you want to make a movie, but you also want to be very true to the source. So that's why I try to allow myself to create a movie, to surprise the audience, do things, but I always try to keep it as true to the source and the real feeling of Tammy from the, you know, and reading her book, it gave me a lot of ideas how that could be done, you know.
How involved was Tammy working with on this film?
She was not very involved during the shooting. She came to set, was 2 weeks, but we had a lot of conversations before. And she was very open to support and help. It's anything I could call her, you know. And we talked about she would send me drawings of how she made the sail, you know. So I had it was invaluable to me to have access to her. She's a wonderful woman, and also, which she didn't know when I was talking to her, I was studying her character, which I wouldn't tell her, you know. So,
what did you tell Shailene and Sam to go mentally, you know, for these roles? These are such emotional roles. It is a love story, like you said. But as a director, where do you tell them to go? Is that, I don't even know if you can answer that in less than a day. But I'm just curious, where do you tell them to go mentally for something like this?
To a real place, to a place where it's, you know, true to them, and you have to dig, you know, because it's not. And by the way, Shailene is playing very close to her chest in a way. I mean, she is a West Coast girl, sorry, and she has those elements, many of them, Tammy has. So you gotta, you know, dig deep and find this inside of you. You can't just pretend it, you know. You have to find the pain and there, you know, we go to their past and we talk about, you know, I don't want to explain to people why these two lost souls meet each other on the ocean, but the stories that they tell about the past might explain to you why they are where they are and why they ended up, you know.
I need to ask about the water scenes because they're so intense. Obviously, there's storm scenes, and I'm not ruining anything. People know there's a storm. How difficult was it to film? I mean, they must have just gotten drenched.
Yeah, it was drenched, and then we were, you know, throwing water over them, cold water, and Shailene is not really having any clothes, you know, in some of these scenes. It was really, really tough, you know, and it wasn't always warm. Let's put it that way. But she is a hell of a girl, you know. She would pull through, and so is Sam. I mean, what a generous actor he is.